Okay. So we did see this one, and Krishna says, Lokesmin Dividha Nishta Pura Prokta Mayanaga Jnana Yogena Sankyanam Karma Yogena Yoginam. Now, this is what Krishna has very clearly done as defined, and we will only delve into this more, as I said in the last class. The doubts we have already cleared. That is doubt on Arjuna's doubt. That is why he was in the confusion. Yeah, and that we must be very clear as well, so that that forms the answers to these in the subsequent chapters. And as he said, jayasi chet buddhi jayasi. Buddhi is three lingam, so jayasi, that is also just for people in Sanskrit. So he was saying, by referring that, look, I think you are saying that the buddhi yoga is one, but then you asked me to indulge in karmanyevadhikaraste in the karma yoga. In the Karma Yoga, I did not see straight away the moksha anywhere, but it was all even the Sthita Pragya for that Buddhi Yoga or kind of a jnani. So how am I to give me a Shreyas? I'm not able to see that. So that's why he's thinking that is more Shreyas, because it has got the Shreyas, meaning to say the moksha. So Krishna says, look, the first thing is understand is moksha is equally eligible, applicable, attainable for everybody. There is no preference one over the other at all. That is Krishna's clear definition. But he said there are two different paths, Arjuna, depending upon people context. And the people context that Krishna wants to say here, Jnana Yogena Sankyanam, that Sankhya is when he says Sankhya normally means count, Sankhya. But what that really means is a monastic life. That's all. So these are two different walks of life which are eligible for people who want to choose it according to their qualification. It's not my choice to take sannyasa. Okay, that's very, very important. It's a very tough path, number one. That is why Krishna says that's for 0.001% of few people. And Krishna wants to give this Gita Upadesham for the majority, means 99.59, 99.999% of the people in this world. And that, he says, is the Karma Yoga. And when he says Karma Yoga, as I said again, the last class, we put everything in that one bucket that we traditionally know. That is Karma Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, meaning to say this Abhyasa, Sanskrit grammar, at the same time, all Shiksha, Kalpa, everything, whatever we are doing, and going into every word and understanding and, expanding the meaning. All this is a kind of a different Abhyasa. You can also take it as Jnana Yoga, because the knowledge is being profounded and it is being evolved. And Karma, which we normally do action. And Raja Yoga, wherein we do a lot of, the Patanjali's sutra, that kind of a Raja Yoga, asanas and pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, all those sort of things. And then Bhakti Yoga, Shravan, Kirtanam, Sankirtanam, in the total bhava of remaining with the Krishna, Arjuna, or with the one that is Ishta Devata, according to one. That everything Bhagavan puts it into one bucket, which is on the left hand side, which is the blue bucket. Now, and that is for the normally 9 to 5 people has been traditionally called, in any walks of life, in however, wherever he may, whatever religion he may be born, in whatever country he may be in, whatever, everybody. And Krishna says, just firstly, we'll go through, then we'll analyze more. And he says, both of them at the end of the day, within the same birth or after many births, they become a jnani or a realized person. Both of them. Only thing is, one is, and you can also have a sannyasi, maybe he's still not realized, because it depends. That's not for us to, it is not for us to judge or analyze anyone who is a jnani. It's not like, there's something written on the forehead that he's a jnani or somewhere in the thing, it's not radiance suddenly come, look at him, he's a jnani, kya tejas hai. I said, kuch nahi, there's nothing like that, It is all internal. That jnani realized person, only thing afterwards, and they are all Jivan Mukta, meaning to say that he attains that moksham while living in this earth, while living. It could be the next day he becomes, maybe, time is immaterial. But after they become the Jiva Mukta, both of them have got a different purpose in life, because after that they don't fly away because they attain jnani. One remains to then make more sishya, that is the monastic life people, they follow their sampradaya and then they remain. And the karma yogi, or the one just becoming jnani, He remains to be like a mentor for other people, that he may be able to do some pravachanam, or that he is beneficial to the entire world. That's all. He's just sometimes he may be a living, but he may not be. He may just be secluded somewhere. Mostly, you will not even know. Now, this is on the crux of both the paths. Now, what we need to understand is, and we know that we are all probably most of us in the blue bucket, the karma yogi. The karma yoga. So this chapter is all about this karma yoga, to start the karma yoga. So now we just analyze this once, this one, then I won't go more. The right side bucket I have not analyzed much, so I will simply start a little bit. See what happens when and there is a very old book I have at home which define all the sannyasas, what they should do. It is in a very old print. It is called Dharma Vimarshanam. It's in Tamil. It's written in some 1938 or 40, like that, you know. Yeah, you don't even get this book, but that one defines each of these four. Okay, the sannyasa marga, because sometimes it's interesting to know the other side. So let us a little bit look at that. So one thing, we all revere whatever the sannyasi is. If a person is wearing, that is the greatness in our Sanatana Dharma. If that person is wearing that saffron robe and he's done that, dedicated is. So first thing to understand is, one cannot have both the legs in both sides. At that time, you cannot be saying, I'll be a maybe a jnana yogi and a karma yogi. No, it is only one. So you can't say morning I will be a sannyasi with saffron robe, in the evening I'll be, or I'll go to office and come in the, no, it's not permitted. It is not possible. So there are two different walks of life where there are no, one cannot follow two. It's either one or the other. Okay. So let's start putting here. So karma yoga for most of householders, like, okay, most of householders, okay, who are engaged in say for example possession of wealth, progeny, children, and required qualification, etc., you know, because you need to function in the world. Whereas in the jnana yogi or the sannyasi, he is completely renounced. He cannot possess any wealth, children, and any what do you call that, academic, not academic, worldly position, worldly duties, or accreditation, or whatever it is you may call it. He does not hold any worldly position, really, no worldly status. That's better. Now, to define this, we have two terminologies. The karma yoga, this marga is called pravritti marga. The pra itself should tell you there is some production. That's my clue. Because this will cover it in Kathopanishad, every Upanishad, Shastra will say pravritti marga, nivritti, bhavritti. This will keep on coming. Pravritti marga means take that PR is equal to production. So he's in the, so pravritti marga is in engagement. Pravritti marga means worldly engaged path. And this is called nivritti marga, or completely no product marga. What can you say for me? Just to remember, you know, pravritti, nivritti. Pra means production. So in English, sometimes, you know, we are so thinking in English words sometimes. So pra is for production. Nivritti, nothing. Nivritti, nothing in possession. Nothing, no ownership possession, no ownership path, no ownership path, nivritti, just like that. Okay, next. So we need to say that itself by the now you would have known, because of this you cannot have both. I cannot say I will have one worldly type and that one. There's no admixture at all happening. Now the sannyasis, I was telling you this. Okay, another thing I wanted to tell you. Both of them are in the process of getting the jnana, but only the process is different. The process of, and everything is internal. The process, and I was telling you, Pravritti Marga, his 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 jnani or everything evolves from internal to external. See, because for a Nivritti Marga, for a sannyasi, he has already conditioned his external things. See, so he's less succumb. Actually, you may think that now he does not have much. What can I say? A condition for him to kind of sway away from there. But it is also difficult. And for a karma yogi also is very difficult because he is there, everything attracting him from all directions, the Vishaya, the worldly matters, but he has to develop that internal sannyasam. So it is a process of internal sannyasam or internal renunciation. So this is, jnanam is internalized to external, if at all being reflected. External renunciation, internalized for jnanam. For jnanam. Whereas in his one, process out of external renunciation. So he's kind of easily identifiable as well. That is why we just go down to them, because they have done that kind of a sacrifice, external renunciation, and for him it is in a way easy because it is externalized for internal jnanam. Jnanam is always internal, there's nothing external. And now I will tell you about this sannyasis. Now, the Kutichaka, first one, this is only for information sake, there's nothing that maybe they are even, this is all depend in our Shastra. The Kutichaka sannyasi, he will have a tuft and also yajnapavitam. He will have. And he can remain in a hut. That's why it's called Kutichaka. And he can also remain, for example, like in today's terminology, like what do you call that? Granny's flat. It is literally said in the Shastra. Even he can live with the children, but he must live in a room outside the house. Literally, it is said like that. So the granny's flat living people are typically Kutichaka. I'm just joking. Okay, so something like that he can live. So he's meaning to say his children and other people can come and visit him. Okay, to give him food and everything. I'm just going through the stipulation, what is said in the Shastra. I'm just telling you, that's all. This is just for a thing. And he will have a danda with the 3 sticks, tridandis. They are tridandis with the 3 dandas bound together. The 3 danda means kayaka, vachaka, manasam, that has been completely done, something like that. Okay, and he will have all the other things, and for him there are certain things that how many times he must have a shower, how often he can have a shave, everything is there. Okay, and at the end he will be cremated. He won't be buried. Kutichaka sannyasis are cremated like everybody else, into fire. His antima samskaram is into fire. And yeah, his pranavam is manusha pranavam, meaning to say the normal pranavam is not given extra. Okay, and these are typically the people in the traditional way, the brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, then sannyasa. In those days, it was something like that. It was very much prevalent in India. Maybe it is somewhere there in some part, we don't know. But this is a Kutichaka. Maybe they won't know it's not as Kutichakam, but this is there. The next one is called Bahutala. In the Bahutala sannyasi also, he have a tuft, chika, and yajnapavita. He will have both of them. Okay, and then he has to have like 2 showers a day. For him, shaving is only once in 4 months. For the Kutichaka, once in 2 months. The shaving was a very important thing for everybody, as you see, from Sikhs to everybody in India, and all over the thing, even for Muslims, like, they have to only, they can shave this, but so it is throughout the world. It is a kind of a thing. I don't know the reason. I'm just telling, that's all. Okay. So, and he will wear a saffron cloth. Bahutala. Okay. And he will have also Manusha Pranava. That is like a normal Pranava only for him also. And for him, it is said that he may not stay with the relatives, but he can have only bhiksha from 8 houses, some defined place, something like that. And this person, after his antima samskaram, he can be buried. He can have a samadhi. Then you can go and place the. This is for a bahutala. Okay. And for him also, tridandam. Now,
sorry, did you say they were cremated or buried for Bahutala?
Oh, Bahutala is buried.
Buried, is it? Okay.
Yeah, buried. Bahutala is buried.
Right. And they have orange saffron robe, whereas Kuti Chaka, they don't have.
Kuti Chaka.
I'm sorry, I'm just going by what you say.
Yeah. No. 1 second. Kuti Chaka, what is his dress code? No, he also has some saffron cloth, but he has got 2 vastra. That is one like a dhoti and then one on top.
Okay. In fact, something.
Yeah, in fact, this book even says what kind of a kaupinam and all. If I go all those details, yeah, this kind of book is very difficult to get, I tell you.
Yeah.
It even tells how, yeah. So yes, he can also have saffron, but 2 cloths. But for the Bahutala, only 1 cloth, 1 saffron cloth, he has to somehow tie all around.
Babu, I have one question. Babu,
yes.
Zenkat, by the way. So you mentioned about the renunciation and you said external and internal and stuff like that. I thought renunciation always starts with the mind first. Is that right? Or some people can do it different ways, is it?
Mind?
Only starts with the mind and then we...
Yeah. See, both of them are mind. But what I'm trying to say is, in both of them, it starts with the mind, because you don't act without your what can I say, your mental cognition and your mental unison, anything. But it is very much understood that for the sannyasi, because everything, your kayakam, see what your mind thinks only you have to speak is what your body reflects. That is common for all of them. But for a sannyasi, its external is much revealed. Whereas for a day-to-day domestic man, the external may not be revealed. He could be a truckie, or he could be swaying in anything, whatever he is, whatever it is. Externally, he may not even know. That's the only thing. Whereas for them, external stipulations are heavy on the monastic life. That's all I'm saying. For example, our most of the Vaishnava sannyasis, especially ones who are the Ramanuja traditions, they are all kind of in the Bahutala, because they have they have Yagyobhavita, and this one they do Trikala Sandhya, and then all those things are there.
So you're talking about more about the prescriptive duties for them, whereas we may not have that one. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's it. None of this is applicable to any of us, but this is only for informative sake, that once in this whole Gita I will give. So that's all I'm doing, just for information sake. Afterwards, you can either keep it or you can just put it aside. It's up to you.
Yeah. Okay. One more question, Babu. Sorry, I'm. You know how Arjuna says. Krishna says to Arjuna, no, you can't go to sannyasi path. You have a responsibility as a Kshatriya. You cannot just go to the forest and hide. You have a responsibility. So my question is, these sannyasis who are taking, this path, are they not running away from their responsibility? Because everybody is born to a family. They have their parents.
No. See, this is the thing, in our tradition, the sannyasam is not totally voluntary. You may want to do. There should be another sannyasi who is have to initiate you into that. And he is the one who can see your qualification and give you that. Okay. So this is what's called the ashrama sannyasis, the one who are going to the monastic life. You know how every big sannyasis, they have to go plead and like even great saints like Ramanuja and everybody. The first time you want to go take sannyasa, he was said, no, go away. Then again he went. So, they are gone into a lot of this. So it is after Krishna will say, Aneka Janma Samprapti, after many, many years only that person gets of getting into a sannyasa marga. So that is why it is, Bhagavan keeps it as very minimal people who may really need that one. But that one person is beneficial to millions and millions or billions of people. Billions of people.
Okay. Yeah, now makes sense now. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. So that's Bahutala for you. And so, for example, in whereas for Madhvacharyas and Madhva sannyasis and Shankaracharya, that which is called Dashanami sannyasis, it is all Ekadandam. Like, Ramakrishna mission everywhere, Chinmaya mission, all of them are all called Dashanami sannyasi. Dashanami means 10 names. Either they'll have a Tirtha or Puri, like all Ramakrishna mission, they are Puris. Like if you see Chinmaya, all there's a Saraswati there. They are the Saraswati. Chinmaya Saraswati. Because you only know Chinmaya mission, Chinmaya Saraswati. Okay, so they have the Saraswati Puri, there are 10 names. Surnames. So they all come and call Dashanami sannyasi. Now, for the Dashanami sannyasi, Shankaracharyas and also Madhvacharyas, they are Ekadandam. They don't have Yagyopavitam and Shika and Yagyopavitam. They have no tuft and no this thing. And so they are in that part. And they come directly from Brahmacharya to Sannyasa. You cannot be a householder to get into Sannyasa for both of them. Whereas in the Ramanuja tradition of both Y and U, they have to come from a householder to sannyasa. Except today there is one Tridandi's Jiyar, we call him Chinna Jiyar. He is given an exception, so there could be some exception. His guru could have said, look, yes, you are qualified. He has come directly from Brahmacharya. That's what I heard. So everybody has got that sampradaya, and they all do sandhya. They all have to do. So this is Bahutalam is almost like that Tridandam, because they all have Tridandi. But right from Hamsa also, Shika and this one just keeps growing. They don't trim it. And they cannot shave at all. I don't know. Okay. But Ekadandam, then they have a pranam called Antara Pranavam. Antara Pranavam. I don't know. I'm only reading this. I don't know how that is done. Okay. And this person, when after he passes away, it is recommended that he is a stone is tied onto his body and is put in the river. He is neither cremated nor buried. Hamsa sannyasis. It is recommended as this is normally to be left in a tirtha. Okay. In a very deep place of the tirtha with a tied to the stone. Then Paramahamsa again is Ekadanda, and they also do not have Shika or Yagyopavita, and that is mostly the type of sannyasis we see most of these days. That's why we call Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Chinmayananda Paramahamsa, all of them, these come in the Paramahamsa tradition, most of them. And that is what is, and these people have the ability to initiate another with a Mahavakyam. And their Pranava is, and they can have a shave after once in 6 months. And their Pranavam is called Brahma Pranavam. So that is what it is. Then there is also called Mukhya and they can also be Avadutas. Paramahamsa. Paramahamsa sannyasis can shed all the robes and they can also take Avaduta if they're Digambara, as you say. They can also take a Digambara path if required. Now, there are some exceptions, very, very seldom it is taken. So we cannot compare. Like if people say, mostly ask, what about Ramana Maharishi and everything? They are very exceptionally they are there. And then they normally, one of the indications is they don't leave a Sishya. They don't initiate a Sishya because they know that. and they don't move about. So Ramana Maharshi, because Shiva himself came to him as a guru, so that Giri is what is one. So he never left that place, and there are certain things. Their communication level is totally in a different plane. Very seldom you get some great, and some jnanis who could be there who are neither, no one knows as sannyasi. So it is that is totally different path. And I know there are certain people, they are Jivan Muktas, but they have been with Shankaracharyas, and they tell them, look, you don't need a sannyas at all, you can just stay on your own, whatever you can do. And they just live a very secluded life. I know they don't get married, and so it's a very it is all, as I said, it's a guru initiated sampradaya. Has to have a guru. All the ones in the one on the right hand side has to have a guru. That guru must have had a guru. His guru must be. So there is a sampradaya. Is all well established. There is no one without it. Even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he could talk to Kali, but Kali said, no, you need to go to your guru, Totapuri, and then he got it. Proper. So it's all there. So monastic life is very interesting because we are looking at far. The other side of grass is always green, but other side is always saffron is very nice. That's okay. So, but ours is so this is all we will do much. But why I'm saying is Arjuna up to chapter 18, he'll keep on asking, what about sannyasam? What about, and he normally wants this side only, Arjuna. And Krishna keeps telling, no, you have to go to left hand side. No, come back to left, come back to, and he will also say in chapter 5, because I have this context, he will say, sannyasasya mahabhaho dukkam aptuma ayogataha. Ayogataha means not like ayoga means rowdy. Here, ayogataha means one who is not qualified. If you were to take the sannyasa, it is the greatest blunder. Because for a sannyasi, he says, this is my last life. Who can tell you this is your last life? You do not know, but that guru knows. Okay, for him, this is the last life, and he has some duty as a sannyasi to do. So he initiates him. If I decide it's my last duty, and if I renounce all my actions or duties, you are going to accumulate sin. That is why this path is very dangerous. That's why Krishna says, dukkam aptaha. Dukkam, and it's a big sin. So that is why Krishna will keep on swaying him through the chapters, but this kind of forms you the foundation why Krishna will keep on bringing him. And we have one yoga, 5th chapter completely for sannyasa yoga. There also Krishna will only refer the right hand side, but always come back to left hand side of the karma yoga. So, and the karma yoga, as we said, and there is a upasana. Now let's get into the chapter.
One question Ramesh has, he's using my computer.
Sorry? Yeah.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
Shankaracharyas, which kind of sannyasis are they?
Paramahamsa.
Paramahamsa, right?
All Shankaracharyas are Paramahamsa, and most of the Dashanamis are also Paramahamsa, because all Dashanamis are normally attached to one of the Pita, and that they know it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, Ji, no problem. Now, let us get on to, and this Karma Yoga, which is the left-hand side, and another thing I want to tell you. So when we say a Karma Yogi, that means he is very important when we use the terminology very carefully. A Karma Yogi is a Jnani or Ajnani. Senior students, you will know. Karma Yogi is a Jnani or Ajnani.
Jnani, right? Why Jnani? I thought.
So come on, let's take a vote. Can I do voting? Yes, you can chat. Karma Yogi, is he a Jnani or Ajnani?
I'm saying it's the Jnani.
And I'm saying it's Ajnani because
Huh?
he's not going to the Jnana Marga. Like,
we are going into Karma Yoga, so it'd be good. I don't know. There's something like a voting thing. Is a new thing here. I forgot.
We can send a chat.
Haji, I've sent it one.
No, I said we can send a message in the chat, I said.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get on. Time is important. If you say Karma Yogi, he's a Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi means he's a Ajnani.
Oh, okay.
Because Karma Yoga is a path to get the Jnanam. So you should never say, oh, Vivekananda went to America, USA, and he traveled afar in those tough times. He was a great karma yogi. No, no, no. Then you're saying Vivekananda is Ajnani. He's attained the jnanam. He has given all the things. Then he is going. That means he's doing Loka Sangraham. Will come later. Yeah. So when you never say a sannyasi, you are a great karma yogi. Never tell a sannyasi, Swamiji, aap bada karma yogi hai. He will say, Are Baba, main ajnani hu. He will ask you. Okay, you may understand from where you're coming sometime. But karma yogi means, this is Shastra Sampradaya, means he's a ajnani because he is still in the form of getting the jnana, chitta shuddhi and jnana prapti. He has not attained the jnana prapti. Okay, so that is why this is important. We are coming into karma yoga because Arjuna is a ajnani and he needs to get jnanam. So Krishna is saying, look, for that jnanam, that I'm going to stipulate you the forms. Okay, let us now come back to the stream. So I hope you got the context of the karma yoga because it's very important. Okay, so now Krishna will come back to, we'll choose this one. So Venkat, would you like to chant after me? I can unmute you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Nakarmana manarambhat.
Nakarmana narambhat.
Nakarmana manarambhat. Nakarmana, then give a pause, it's easy. Nakarmana manarambhat.
Nakarmana manarambhat.
Rambhat, the na becomes it when we split. So
Right.
nakarmana manarambhat. Twice.
Nakarmana narambhat.
Once more.
Nakarmana
Manarambhat. Naishkarmyam purushošnute.
Naishkarmyam purushošnute.
Very good.
Naishkarmyam purushošnute.
Very good. Nacha sanyasana deva.
Nasa sanyasa
Na
deva. Nasa sanyasana
sana deva. Siddhim samadhi gacchati.
Siddhim
Samadhi gacchati.
Siddhim samadhi
Samadhi
gacchati.
gacchati. Okay. So Krishna is now saying, Arjuna, that he has defined two parts, and I am now going to tell you about the karma yoga. So what Krishna says, Purushaha, number one. Purushaha here means any person, for all human beings. Purushaha means don't take only men. So Purushaha here means all human beings. Karmanam means Shakti Bhakti. Of the actions, Anarambhat, not starting. Arambha means starting. Anarambhat means not starting. So of the actions not commencing. Of the action not commencing. I'm just going literal meaning, then we'll go deep into the meaning. Don't worry, no problem. We'll see how much we can do. Anarambhat. Number 4, Naishkarmyam. Naishkarmyam means that who can now like a Nivritti Margam. Naishkarmyam is not Nivritti Marga, sorry. Naishkarmyam means, Pravritti Margam. But Naishkarmyam here means that we can go to say now that you're doing a Nishkama Karma Yoga. Okay. Naishkarmyam. Naishkarmyam na asnute. Does not reach there. Without even starting that particular karmanam, Naishkarmyam means that freedom from actions. Naishkarmyam. Okay. He may not be totally engaged. He can, that kind of not a total external renunciation, but in internal, that one, you cannot get to that renunciation mode until you have started at least your duties. Karmanam. Now, the karmanam, that is why, okay, I'll get the meaning more deep. So, Purushaha, karmanam anarambhat, here karmana means shastra vihita karmana. We cannot say any action because that's everybody knows. That also Krishna will say. Even an ant to everybody is promulgated by actions. They have to engage in action. But here what he means, this karmana here is Shastra Vihita duties, the duties. Without commencement of your duties, karmanam, anarambhat, without having started, naishkarmyam, to go past the action state. Na ashnute, 5 and 6. You cannot reach there. And number, so you see where he is keeping Krishna in perspective. Sorry, Arjuna in perspective and saying that. And he says, number 7, sanyasanat eva. Okay. Sanyasanat eva. Sanyasanat eva means just by totally relinquishing that the right hand side, like a monk, that I'm going to externally renounce all action. Sanyasanat eva. Number 9, siddhim. Siddhi means that yogic state, the jnani state. Here siddhim. Siddhi means that, see this one, that jnani state, realized person. The jnani state, siddhim. Number 10, cha, na, do not, na means negating, some adhigacchati, having well reached. Okay, so without starting action, and this is true for both. Is it true only for left hand side? It is true for both. That is very important. That's what Krishna is trying to say. Something is bothering my headphone. I think it is. Oh. Yeah, it is disturbing my. Okay. So what Krishna says is that, see, even for a sannyasi, renunciation also is an action. At the time when his renunciation, he says, by me, there shall be no danger to any living being in this earth. That's the first thing. Abhayam sarva bhutebhyaha, he says, I will give abhayam, refuge to any living being. That's the first woe. Any sannyasi, Kutichalam, Bhautalam, all of them. The first promise he's supposed to take is, by me. That is why ahimsa becomes so important for all of us. The Sanatana Dharma. First thing is, by me, there shall be no danger to any living being in this, and I shall give refuge to any living being in this one. That's the first woe he takes. Okay, so that is also action. That's what Krishna is wanting to say. Either way you go, Arjuna, without taking action, you cannot go anywhere. And even now, let us come to the left-hand side, karmanam. When we say karmanam, Shankara goes very detailed into this. Why it is important? Now you see from the left-hand side, whenever we say every day, when we say 3 things happen in that action, while we are engaged in the duty as stipulated. What we say, mamopata samasta durita kshayadwara. Kshayadwara. Mama means of me, upata means sanchita, accumulated, upata. I have accumulated. Mamopata samasta, of all of them, that sanchita. Durita means those obstacles, those papam. That which is getting me obstacle for my chitta to remain in the focus state to get that knowledge. Kshaya dwara. Kshaya means depletion of that. So remove that wrong impressions in my mind, which has been accumulated for so many karmas. So you see, when you study the karma, what first we are saying is remove the obstacles that within my mind, so that I may be able to perform the karma properly. So mamopata samasta durdaksha, people don't understand them. Mamopata samasta durita kshaya. No, this is the one. Mamopata samasta durita kshaya dwara. Dwara means through that it is not finished. Dwara. Then sattva shuddhi karana. Sattva shuddhi karana means my mind now becomes more sattvic. That sattvic state of my mind, that which needs to happen. Sattva shuddhi karana. But so once you have come there, the mind is very much to be in that sattvic state. not for anything else, Rajasic and Tamasic. And tat karanena jnanopatti dvarena. Meaning to say, with that one, with the chitta shuddhi, with that one, when that action is being performed, what he says is jnanopatti jayate. The knowledge or the sprouting of the knowledge automatically happens. That is why any amount of this reading, any amount of this analysis, any amount of the grammatical, all these things proves nothing until that action is started. That is also implied in this one. And that is a effective means of getting the knowledge. The means for transformative knowledge. This is only a informative knowledge. For the informative knowledge to transform, that stipulated action is the means. That is what is beautifully said, then lied embedded in these words. Na ashnute. So then Krishna, so that is the main thing there. Shankara goes to 2.5 pages to prove this again and again. Okay, so then he says, so Sanyasana Deva, by just relinquishing the action, okay, by just going to the Jnana, the Sankhya Yoga, or because that's what, why Krishna wanted to say, because Arjuna says, I won't do anything. I've dropped my bow, I've dropped my arrow, I'm just going to be still. I'm dumbfounded, I'm not. So that's where Krishna is saying, just by remaining like this, Arjuna. So he sees his Upadesham is also the context of Arjuna, that just by remaining this, nothing is going to happen. Eva siddhim na samadhi gacchati. You will never going to get anywhere. It's a point of nowhere that you are now sitting. Okay. And so, why do we have the choice here? Okay. Do you have a choice here? We'll probably do one more or two more as well. Krishna Kumarji, you want to chant after me?
Okay.
Nahi kaschit kshanamapi.
Nahi kaschita sanamapi. Nahi kaschita sanamapi.
No. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi.
Nahi kaschit sanamapi.
Kshanamapi.
Kshanamapi.
Ksha.
Kshanamapi.
Very good. Dhatu tishtatya karma kriti.
Jatu tishtat karma kriti. Jatu tishtita karma kriti. Tishtatya karma kriti.
Karyate hyavashah karma.
Karyate hyavasah karma.
Lila. Hyavashah karma.
Hyavashah karma.
Karma, just karma.
Karma.
Karyate hyavashah karma.
Karyate hyavashah karma.
Very good. Sarvaf prakriti jair gunai.
Sarvaf prakriti jai gunai. Gunai.
Once more, please.
Sarvaf prakriti jai gunai.
Very good. So again, Krishna comes back to this one to say, see Arjuna, number one, because he is there because we said you can't be, nothing gets without starting, right? Because he says kaschit jatu kshanamapi. Kaschit, in whomsoever, kaschit kshanam jatu, at any time, even for a moment. Kaschit means of any jatu, when whatever, kshanamapi, even for a moment, kshanamapi, akarma kriti na tishtati. You cannot remain without doing any action for even a minute of the milli, the nanoseconds of the second. Tishtati. Because actions are composed of bodily action, mental action, and by mouth. Actions are of only threefold in our Shastra. Other things you can say, I'm making somebody else act. That's all the thing. Okay. Three things: by body, or by mind, or by words. None of this is possible. We all act this at any time. karma kriti. And then again, number 8, he, because sarvaha, number 9, number 10, prakriti jaihi gunaihi, prakriti jair, that raise the prakriti jaihi gunaihi, tritiya bhakti, prakriti jair gunaihi, avashaha karma karyate. Okay, the prakriti, he again, he, sarvaha prakriti jair gunaihi avashaha karma karyate. Avashaha means without your, it's not in your grip. It's not in your grip. You don't have a choice. So he says, he, sarvaha. In this sarvaha, when he says everybody, okay, I'll come to the sarvaha, everybody, prakriti jair gunahi. Prakriti means because you are part of this creation, prakriti, and the creation is full of 3 gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, and you are also having the sattva, rajas, gunas, and the guna, both the gunas are all the time in mixture, they are in contact. You cannot break that chain. I cannot say I am the chain, and we will come to that one exception. That chain is all the time there, and that is going, that is what is propelling you inward, outward, inward, outward. Sarvasaha, avasha, without your karma, you are all the time doing an action. There is only one exception in the sarvaha, is for that jnani. Because jnani is a gunatitaha. When he becomes a gunatitaha, in chapter number 14, you will see, for a jnani, prakriti gunaihi does not have any effect on him. Because he has transcended all the 3 gunas. That is the essence of Gita. That Krishna wants us at the end to get out of this cycle in this birth itself, by this practice through Gita, by action, through karma yoga. And that is also possible in a way. It is in this one. So sarvaha, that's the only thing I said. Though he says everyone, the exception is for the one, for a jnani, who is gunatitaha, who is not caught, is gone beyond, transcended the 3 gunas. Otherwise, all of us who are ajnanis are always in this admixture of the gunas. So you are impelled to do that. Okay. Shri Vidya, can you chant after me? Okay. Karmendriyani sanyamya. I can't hear you.
Yeah. Karmendriyani sanyamya. Karmendriyani sanyamya.
Ya aste manasa smaran.
Ya aste manasa smaran. Ya aste manasa smaran.
Indriyarthan vimudhatma.
Indriyarthan vimudhatma. Indriyarthan vimudhatma.
Mithyacharassa uchyate.
Mithyacharassa uchyate. Mithyacharassa uchyate.
So Krishna thinks that, okay, because Arjuna is, or if somebody thinks like, okay, avashaha, no, I'm going to tightly now say, because Arjuna is in that state. No, but I will not. I'm going to challenge, because I am now a yogi, or I am a self-declared yogi. So Krishna says, yaha, that kind of a person, yaha, vimudhatma, by not understanding what I said in the previous one of the Prakriti Jair Gunaihi, challenges this Prakriti nature of whatever he is bound with, and vimudhatma, that who does not have that intellect to see this chain of reactions, vimudhatma, indriyani sanyamya. Here indriyani means just his organs of action. Or even he may think, look, I'm going to just be in meditative mode, but I'm just not, but he's still thinking something, Vimudhatma, indriyani samyamya, of all his organs of actions and the mind, thinking that samyamya, thinking that he is got it in control, but there is again some more coming. Yamya, manasa smaran, but in the mind is thinking. He has not controlled the mind. So Krishna is very clear about it. Manasa smaran, Manasa indriyarthan smaran. Indriyarthan means what? External objects, because indriyartha is all outside. So, but he's still thinking about the bricks and mortar and, whatever that plant and whatever it is outside. Manasa indriyarthan smaran. Shatru Pratyam. That he is thinking and being in that state, but still he is controlled himself. Aste. If he thinks he is going to stay, remain like that, this is Arjuna, typically for Arjuna. Aste. Aste. Saha mityachara uchyate. 9, 10, 11. That person is called a mityachara. Mityachara means that mithya means holy, in the sense duplicate, a hypocrite. Hypocrite. What he appears is not truly what he is. Pseudo personality or hypocrite. So mityachara. In fact, Shankara says papi, he says. Mityachara uchyate. He has been just showed as of cheating himself and cheating the outside world, and that he is incurring son because he is not doing his duty. Like for example, Arjuna at this time. Okay, and I think 7 and 8 I will take next class, because they both are a little bit more in deep, and of course 8 also a little bit more. I have to go over the Chaturvida, Purushartha, everything. And I think I will stop here. Yeah, is it okay? Okay, next class I'll go a bit faster. Only this class I wanted to get that foundation right. That's why I had to kind of again go into that one. Next class we'll go faster, and that sannyasa is very nice, At least mentally we can be prepared from there, That's all I did. Om Tatsat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shri Krishna Arjuna Sambhade Karma Yogo Nama Tritiyo Dhyayah Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Okay. Anybody wants to chant the Gita Mahatmyam? Can you? I can even share it. Any volunteers, please? You can just unmute and I will share it. You can do not do. You can look at the screen. Gita Mahatmya.
I can try couple, Babuji.
Yeah. Just start from first. That's all.
Just first and second, and
Yeah,
then
about 24 is fine. Yeah. Thank you, Ji. I leave it to you.
Garovacha. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we cannot. Thank you.
Garovacha Bhagavan Parameshana Bhakti Ravya Bhicharini Prarambdham Pujyamanasya Katham Bhavati He Prabho. Shri Vishnu Ruvacha Prarabdham Pujyamano Hi Gita Vyasartha Sadha Sa Mukta Sa Sukhi Loke Karmanano Pilipyate Mahapapadi Papani Gita Dhyanam Karoti Chet Kavachit. Sorry. Kvachit Sparsham Na Kurvanti Nalini Dalamam Bhuvat Gita Ya Pustakam Yatra Pata Pravartate Tatra Sarvani Tirtani Prayaga Tatra Vai.
Okay, Ji. I'll just request Lakshmi Ji. She has put up the hand. You can chant, Lakshmi Ji. You can unmute and stand from there. Sarve Devastarashaya from there, please.
Sarve Devastarashaya Yogina Patragaschaye Pannagaschaye Gopala Gopika Vapi Naradottava Uddhava
Naradottava Parshadaihi.
Naradottava Parshadaihi.
One second. Sahayo Jayate Shigram. Sahayo
सहायो जायते शीघ्रं यत्र गीता प्रवर्तते यत्र गीता
चारश्च
विचारश्च पठनं पाठनं श्रुतं तत्राहं निश्चितं पृथ्वी நிவாசாமி கதை நிவசாமி எனக்கு இந்த இது கொஞ்சம் இதுவா இருக்கு.
பிளடா இருக்கா?
எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் பெருசு பண்ணாதான் எனக்கு படிக்க முடியுது.
ஓகே, நோ ப்ராப்ளம். யா
அது மேலும் கீழே வரப்படுது. நிவசாமி சதைவகி.
இந்த ஒரு நிமிஷம், I'll just make it a bit.
गीता श्रेयोहं तिष्ठामि गीता मे चोत्तमं गृहं गीता ज्ञानमुपाश्रित्य त्रिलिङ्गान् पालयाम्यहं त्रिलोकान् पालयाम्यहम्.
சரி, போறோம். That's finished. Okay. ஓம் பூர்ணமதః பூர்ணமிதம் பூர்ணாத் பூர்ணமுதச்யதே பூர்ணஸ்ய பூர்ணமாதாய பூர்ணமேவாவசிஷ்யதே. ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. ஹரி ஓம்.